Welcome back to another video. In this one, we got 4 picks for the NBA on Monday, October 28th. So stay tuned to hear all 4 of the picks for some of the early games in this one. But if you guys want more picks in all sports from a bunch of different cappers, just posting their top and favorite picks, definitely check out the Dynamo private Discord. These picks from this video are already posted in there, so if some of the lines have bumped, just know they are posted. We've also been going on some crazy streaks. You can see 10-1 among 3 of our cappers last week. Had another huge day with 10-1 in MLB and NHL, and another good day in the NFL. 11-4 last Monday Night Football. A huge underdog slip hit, $20 to win 168. And we got people posting and hitting some big slips over in the Discord, so definitely check it out. It'll be linked down below, less than $1 per day. And if you guys are looking for daily projections, Prop Projections is one of our partners here for the NBA season, but they post NBA, NFL, and MLB projections. It's just $1 per spreadsheet, but tomorrow it's just going to be $1 for NBA and NFL projections. So you can join up for just $1 commitment or join for free. Sometimes they'll post the occasional free spreadsheet. Yesterday they posted over 300 projections for the props up on Prizepicks. So definitely get over there and check it out, and check out the Dynamo private Discord. For this one, we're just looking at 4 picks in 2 of the early games. We're gonna have picks for a bunch more of the games across other cappers for Prizepicks and Underdog. So we'll see you guys over in that Discord. And now let's get into this one. So the first one we're going to go to is going to be Ja Morant. Going to be taking him over on the points at 19.5. It's been a slow start to the season for Morant, and we haven't seen the huge minutes or scoring outputs for him, but I think that's going to change in this one against Chicago. Should be a great matchup here. Shouldn't see too tough of defense here when you're thinking about who's going to be faced up against, Josh Giddey, Kobe White, those kind of guys guarding him here. Should be a game where he can really get going, have a big scoring output. Wouldn't be surprised if this one gets bumped up as well at 19.5, but we do post these in the private Discord ahead of time. So looking at Ja on the season, slow start like I said, but he has hit this in 2 of 3 already, 22, 24, just 16 against Orlando, who is very tough defensively, and also Memphis kind of had this one in the bag, so he didn't have to do a ton. We haven't seen the minutes though, which has been a bit concerning. 28 in the first game, and then 24, and then 25, but there have been some blowouts. Like, they were in control of this game. They ended up winning by double digits. This other game, they lost by 20, so he didn't play down the stretch as much. In a closer one, he played closer to 30. I think in this one, Chicago will keep it somewhat close, and we'll see him play again close to 30 minutes. So when he does that, should absolutely be smashing this line. Last season, he only played in 9 games, but hit this in 7 of those 9 games and played over 30 minutes in each of the games last year. So I do think he could see his minutes be bumped up and hit this one a lot more. Definitely a low line, one of the lower lines you'll see on points for Ja Morant, even when he has been playing these more limited minutes, which I think will go up, starting with this game in a good matchup here. So I like going to Ja for the first one. Second one, we're sticking with this game. Zach LaVine is a guy who I loved heading into the season, and he's already had a pretty strong start to the year. Going to score a ton because, they don't have a ton of scorers on this team. It's really Vucevic, him, and Kobe White. Then they have guys like Josh Giddey and Lonzo Ball out there who don't look to shoot as much and look to get other people involved. Another one is Patrick Williams, doesn't shoot a ton either. So LaVine should have all the shots he can get and want here. Has been scoring pretty effectively. We're seeing a low line here at 20.5 for him. Looking at LaVine on the season, he's hit this in all 3 games so far, 27, 25, and 22. That last game was a tough matchup here against OKC, where Chicago scored just 95 points. He still had 22 of them, and the minutes have been there, 33 at least in each game, even when, a lot of these games have been decided by more than double digits, like this OKC game, where he still played 34 minutes. Even when they won by double digits, he still played a good amount of minutes, and in this one when they lost by 12. So I like him at this line. Last year when he was playing at least 31 minutes, he hit this in half of his games, but I think he's just going to take a ton more shots this season with what this offense is built like. So off to a strong start, playing consistent high minutes here. I think he's going to be in a good spot to hit this one. Against Memphis, and should be able to keep it close, which will also mean more minutes and more points and shots for John Morant. All right, the next one here, like I said, we already are seeing some of these bumps. Terry Rozier, had him at 15.5 for the video. We're going to stick with this pick at 16.5. Still think it's a decent one here, but in the Discord, we did post this one for Rozier at 15.5. I think a great line at 15.5, 16.5, still playable. Against Detroit, Rozier, one of the best scoring guards in the NBA, honestly. Didn't show it that much last year when he got traded to Heat, but before that was absolutely smashing this line at 15.5, and so far this year has been smashing it as well. And he's off to a great start, more comfortable in this offense, so I like going to Rozier. We can see him at the line at 15.5. He scored 19 in each of the first 2 games. The minutes have been there, 32 in each game. The shot attempts, 15 and 12. And the three-point attempts, which has also been really good to see. He's getting those up. 7 attempts in the first game, 6 in the last one. Hit 3 of them. Detroit gives up 119 points per game, 26 in the league. Rozier should be in a great spot to hit this. Last year, he hit this 69% of the time. Obviously, a lot of that was with Charlotte. Didn't hit this as much with the Heat. You can actually look his hit rate on this one when he was playing with Jimmy Butler last year, still at 55% hit rate. But then also we can use the minutes filter and look when he was playing over 31 minutes per game. It jumps up to a 76% hit rate with Butler playing this amount of minutes. So I think Rozier in a great spot here. And then we're going to stick with this game and this team, and we're going to go to Jovic, who has been playing a ton for the Miami Heat, starting power forward, and has had some pretty nice games in here. And I think we can target Miami against Detroit. Jimmy Butler hasn't looked great offensively. It's been a lot of Rozier. Jovic has been super involved in the offense as well. So I like going to him in this one. I think I had a good line here on his PRA at 15.5. So for Jovic, you could see 21 and 20 on his lines here. He had 15 and 5 and 1 in the first game, and then 10, 4, and 6 assists. So it was super involved in the offense here, getting 6 assists in the last game, which was good to see. But the scoring has been there, double digits in both. Rebounds has been okay at 4 and 5. I think that could actually even increase with the minutes he's getting. 24 in the first game, nearly 30, 29.9 in the second one. The first game was a blowout against Orlando in a really tough, low-scoring matchup here, and he still hit it in the second one, a better matchup, and he had a really good game here and played a ton of minutes. So I think we could be in for a similar one here against Detroit, a higher scoring one that Detroit can keep pretty close in this. Detroit has been playing pretty well despite, I think they are 0-3 to start. We also saw last year Jovic at this one only hit it 38% of the time, but wasn't playing very consistent minutes. So when he was playing consistent minutes, like just give him 19 or more minutes. In those games last year, he hit this 69% of the time, but when you give him 25 plus minutes, it was 11 of 15 games last year he was hitting this line. So when he gets the minutes, he can put up pretty decent stats here. So I do like Jovic to be hitting this one. I think we're getting a good line, good spot for him with this matchup against Detroit. So we do post these in the Dynamo private Discord before the videos come out. You can see we got all these lines in here. Rozier at 15.5 and Levine at 20.5, which is now off the board for now. But you guys can also see some of the big hits like this: $20 to win 168 in the NFL. We had an 11-4 day in Monday Night Football. 10-1 cross some cappers in all sports over here. This was a 14-2 day from the cappers on last Thursday. Another great day here last week, 10-1, and a 17-6 overall day in the private Discord as well. So definitely check it out. Dynamo in the private Discord. I'm one capper, posting picks in there for the NBA plus all sports, NFL, MLB, NHL. Just posting our top favorite picks, so check it out. Saw the crazy streaks and some of the big hits in there. And if you guys want to lock in for NBA projections, check out Prop Projections on their Patreon. Just $1 per spreadsheet. Except for tomorrow when there's NBA and NFL, they'll just charge $1 for the day. They had over 300 projections up on Sunday for the NBA. So check them out as well. You can follow them for free, and they will occasionally post a spreadsheet for free or just $1 per spreadsheet. You could join up there. So we'll see you guys over in the Discord and subscribe to the channel.